Welcome back to Strong's Garage.
Hey, Matt, Jim here.
And we're back with another exciting installment of Strong's Garage.
Oh yeah. Yeah, real excitement of molten metal today.
Yeah, we over the last while we've learned how to do Babbitt connecting rods, because that's one thing that nobody can really do around our neck of the woods anymore.
Yeah, real dying art, unfortunately.
Yeah, so the equipment you need to do it is sort of specialized, and we did find some of it, so it's been restored, and my dad made us a bunch of different molds. We've been consulting on that, and so we're finally at a point now where we can do them best of our ability.
Oh yeah, right. Always striving to improve, but
That's
yeah,
right.
no, it's been tricky finding information on this stuff. It's been
That's the thing
yeah.
about lost trades, you know?
Yeah. And it's neat because Babbitt's still used today quite commonly in the industrial, big bearings and things like that. But
Pumps, yeah.
the high-speed connecting rod and engine work is a bygone era.
By the 50s, that was pretty foolhardy endeavor. But anyway, we're going to show you how we do a connecting rod. We're going to do a Model T connecting rod we got to do for an engine that needs one rod. And I think the best way to do that is just to show you how it's done.
Yeah. From start to finish.
And like I said, we're always learning to try and improve our Babbitt work, so especially with the connecting rods.
Yeah, and looking for tools.
Yeah, tools and literature and whatever we can find.
Anything, yeah.
It's been, it's hard, yeah. Anyway, so thanks for watching, subscribing, sharing, liking, commenting, eh?
Oh yeah.
Thanks to the patrons.
Yeah.
And we might as well get in the shop and get after it.
Might as well, yeah.
Hey Jim, what we got going on today?
Well, we're Babbitting today. So we've got all A rods done and T rods here coming up. So yeah, we just got our pot over there cooking away. Nice. Got our rods here. They're tinned. So what I do here is I'll take them over to the tinning bath quick. So I'll dip them in here just to give them a preheat and kind of get everything even more tinned, I guess.
Kind of messy in here.
Hey?
Kind of messy in here.
Oh, I know. We've been busy. So let me give her a couple wipes here. You can see it's nice and shiny. Means our Babbitt will be pleased to stick to it. So, and we've got this beautiful mold here that Matt's dad machined up for us. And put our bolts in here to locate. Rod goes on. This bottom part of the mold here forms the thrust. So we get that lined up. Pair of vice grips. Clamp that on. Make sure it's good and square. Another pair of vice grips here. Clamp that on. Then to form the top, we've got this little ring. We get that on there. Center it. Grab yet another set of vice grips. Very vice grip intensive. And so now we're set up. The mold's nice and warm since we've been pouring rods all day. I'll take our ladle here. Do some skimming. Bring over a lift of nice Babbitt. Fill her up until she runs up to the top. And we let it cool.
Dad just finished making us this similar setup for a Model A Ford rod, so Jim went ahead and poured a few.
Alright, should be tacky at least. And there's the bottom. Take a trusty little hammer here, knock the bolts out. That. Knock that little ring off. There's freshly poured rod ready for machining. Put that there, and rinse and repeat.
So we'll carry on doing those and then do the caps, and then we'll catch up with you on the machine right away. Okay, we're putting an engine together for a fellow, a real nice guy. The engine was already built when it came here, so we're just rebuilding his transmission and assembling it. And so we always disassemble everything to check, because
oh yeah, it's our due diligence.
I just don't trust anybody.
Plastic gauged everything, and yeah, you can't. And for good reason on this one.
So the reason we're doing one rod in this engine, even though it's brand new, is because over the years, to take up clearance, what they used to do was cut down the caps. So this width right here they would cut that right down.
Yeah, because there's the shims that you can pull out to take up slack, but once you pull out the shims, the next step's
Cutting caps.
cutting caps.
Well, the next step should be re-Babbitting.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. But so the cut cap, so it was overseen when it was poured and machined. These are brand new machined. Another fella did these years ago, just been sitting. But I'll bring you in to show you. But if you look here, they've machined through the Babbitt right to the steel cap. And it looks good, but it's actually steel. So that's a big no-no. So we're going to do a single rod for this. Also, this engine has a 1920s aftermarket counterbalance crankshaft. Kind of a neat piece of equipment. It's
Super cool for a T, yeah.
yeah. So we're going to mic the crank now, and then we can make the new rod that Jim poured fit said crank.
Perfect. So we've got, for demonstration, here's our freshly re-Babbitted one. So you pour it quite thick and machine it out. But you can see exactly how much has been machined off of this cap here, which is frightening. And the cap itself there, where it's this oil groove here has gone down to nothing and right into the steel. As well as an inclusion in the Babbitt here. Oh, this is a anchor hole somebody has drilled. So yeah, no, just no good for a sporty little motor like this. So we'll get this guy tweaked up and fitting. But first, I guess second step, we figure out what this crank's at here. We're looking for 1.249, and it looks like we're 1.2385. So, and the variance on the cranks, I think, was 2 thou. So you always got to measure them. It's somebody says it's 10 under. It could be 2 thou one way or the other. So yeah. So now we know our measurement, and we like to run about, well, on a fresh engine, a little over 1 thou oil clearance, because the Babbitt will kind of work its way into the 1.5 that you like to see. So yeah, now we know what to cut to.
Okay, we're back in the old machine shop area here, and we're going to do, this is the rod that we've poured and assembled with these special bolts that we made to go into the machine. We'll show you that, and a wrist pin. But this is the third rod in the engine, number 3. So you always stamp the numbers before you machine them, so you don't distort it after the fact. So we're going to stamper number 3, and in order to do that, we got this neat marking outfit for stamping metal from 1942, and it's got a number 3, very small 3, and I'm going to use the little hammer that it comes with, and I'm going to stamp 3 on the cap and the rod here. So just get this sorted out here, number 3. Alright, and the cap. Perfect. 2 little 3s on there. That'll keep us aligned when we finish facing it, because we got to set the thrust as well. But on to the next step.
Good, so we've got this 7-inch rod standard here, which is the stock length of a Model T. And so we're just going to chuck this in quick and make sure that the machine's still set at that. Perfect. Set that there. Roll that there. And back against that there. So that's good. Perfect. Yeah, so that just lets us know that our piston pin to connecting rod throw 7 inches. And yeah, if you wanted to get real crafty, you can offset Babbitt stuff and move the rod to or fro, but not today.
Yeah, and this machine will do up to what, 24-inch connecting rod? 22-inch?
Yeah, 24 maybe, if you really stroked her out there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No rod too large, eh?
Perfect. Alright, we've got our rough cast rod here. So our first operation, we're just going to take down the thrust area here with the loose pour just to clean things up. Machining. Tuck it in here. Clamp this down. Then we just watch kind of as this tightens that nothing gets twisted or pulled out of place, because it's quite adjustable. You can adjust this, whole base slides. So we just want to make sure that the rod's in its neutral position, because they're pretty easy to bend, and yeah, if you machine it in the wrong way, then you're out to lunch. So yeah, that looks good. Tighten that up. And so these are just tool steel cutters, since Babbitt's pretty forgiving. Easy to cut, which is nice. And knock this flange off here.
Perfect.
Now we've got our cutter here. Then we set our height. And so our first cut will be just to kind of rough out the center, so it's a pretty good size cut. Alright, away we go. Yet another roughing cut. There's about 2-3 roughing cuts just to work our way up to the final one. So we've got a bore dial indicator here for measuring these bores, which makes life quite easy. And so we're just going to set it to our finished dimension here. So we'll take it right to size. And then, if need be, use a spring cut or just a very light cut to get that clearance or time save it in, because it's much easier to take a little more off than add a little more on. So, rod out here. We just sweep our way in here. It looks like we're about 12 thou away from our where we want to be, which is good. Our cutter set to our final size, which should just cut size on size. And we'll go from there. Wow. And the golden setup here might be exactly where we have to be. That's perfect, and you can see the finish that this thing leaves is very nice with that cutter. So now all we've got to do is trim our thrust to size, then a bit of a cleanup, cut some oil wells, and we'll be laughing. Drill a dipper hole. Perfect. So yeah, the thrust on a Model T is 1.5 inches width, and they can be much bigger than that depending on how the fella before you has ground the crank. So we went and checked that, and that's what it is. And so we like to set them, maybe 6 to 8 thou kind of side to side play. They can get much bigger, and a lot of the times the way the radius is, you can't really get a definitive one, but we do our best here. And so yeah, so we just kind of center it up. Basically your shim dictates where it's going to end up, because that's centered off the rod bolt, and you can't take too much from either side before you hit the shim. So that's just a good little way to do it. And the mold is kind of limits how much you can take out from each side as well. There. These T-rods are a bit of a pain with this clamp bolt here, but we make do. That. Remove the cutter. Perfect, so I'll bring this in here just to clean up this uncut side now. Perfect. We've got full contact on this side. I think that'll probably dictate how much we take off the other side. But yeah, I'm happy with that. I'll give the rod a flip. Mike. Take off a smidge more here. Beautiful. Now, we've got these sharp edges here. We've just got to reverse this cutter. We've got a custom ground little profile to radius it. And then we'll be set. All right. There's one side. There's the other side. So we've still got these T's for their oiling. They mostly just run a little oil well here. We like to install dippers. This cap had a dipper, so we'll re-drill that. Then she'll be a done rod, ready to go to its new home.
Okay, well there's the cap off the rod. Jim has filed in the oil wells, which are just kind of 45-degree angles on cap and the rod where the oil can kind of pool. Our job next is to drill out for a dipper, which T's never had, but it's a nice little feature. This car already had it, so you can see there's a dipper hole to follow there. So I will just use the old drill press here and drill a hole in the cap. Okay, we'll drill her out here. we go. There's our dipper hole. I'm just going to chamfer it now. There. Ready to go back together with the rod. Okay, well, there's the rod fitted in the block. Kind of neat to do a job where you just do the one rod. And
yeah, it's nice when everything else is new. You
Yeah.
don't feel bad, yeah.
yeah, so we did that. Now it's fitted.
Yeah, it's
nice and
spinning
smooth.
beautifully, so.
Babbitt's funny. It's like metal shaping. It's sort of a skilled art form. So there's a bit of machining and measuring and knowing that, but then it's all a lot of feel, how things feel in a way. And also there's no school for it. You have to learn as you go, and we've been doing our dangest to learn as much as we can from the people that are around still. And
Oh yeah, because a lot of the guys that, well, most of the people that did this for a day job when it was new are long in the ground, so
Right.
it's,
and then
yeah.
making 1920s precision equipment precision again is also fun.
yeah.
But
no,
their
so it's been good.
Arts Motors got new rod.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, we'll balance it so it weighs the same as all the rest of these assemblies, and then put his transmission together for him. But that's how we do connecting rods here.
And there it is, yeah. And very similar to an A, B,
Any other
Babbitt
John
rod,
Deere,
yeah.
D,
yeah, right. You could even Babbitt a 350 Chev, I imagine.
Yeah, if we had to,
Yeah.
sure. So there you go.
There it is.
Well, there we go. Babbitt T-rod, eh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think ours is just every bit as good as the other new rods that are in there, so it's a
Yeah.
wonderful thing,
And
yeah.
there's many schools of thought for those Model T connecting rods. There's people that think you should put oil grooves, people that think you shouldn't, and this and that, and it's very
Oh yeah, there's
very
many
hard.
different things, and yeah, the right
We're-
answer is somewhere in the middle. so,
yeah, that's like most things. But we try to do it kind of like Ford
yeah,
did.
the
They
way
did-
Uncle Henry did it.
Yeah, he didn't have a groove, so we didn't put a groove. But all in all, it's quite good.
Yeah, very happy, and yeah, and being able to do Model A, T,
Yeah.
early Chev, all
Any
this
kind
stuff,
of
it
connecting
really,
rods that need to be connected to Babbitt.
yeah, helps keep this stuff on the road.
Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.